What's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with the toy room, and today I'm doing a little bit of a different video, but I wanted to make a video explaining how to start a YouTube channel, what are some of the essential things that you need to start a channel, and maybe some other things that aren't necessarily essential but are accessories that you could pick up along the way, and tell you the story of how I started my YouTube channel, how I got to from where I started to where I am now, and also kind of give a quick little like behind the scenes of how I film my videos and my setup and everything like that. So first and foremost, starting your channel, that's probably the hardest step, figuring out what you want to do and then actually going out and doing it. So I would say one of the hardest parts for me was actually that, just starting the channel. I knew kind of what I wanted to do in the realm of doing things, you know, retro, toy related, video game related and stuff like that, but I didn't really have like a brand really. So picking a name was probably one of the hardest things, and I know it sounds really crazy, but the toy room was actually like the last on my list. I just felt like the toy room was so generic, so simple, but sometimes it's those generic and simple things that really just end up working. It made perfect sense at the end of the day because we are in the toy room. I mean, nowadays it's more of a game room than a toy room, but I still have toys all over the place, and that is my first love, first and foremost, is the toy collecting. So the toy room just made perfect sense, and with Toy Story being one of my favorite movies of all time, using that logo and everything to incorporate it with the toy room, just it works so perfectly. And you know, once I got that started, then creating a logo, you know, luckily I'm decent at editing pictures and whatnot, so that wasn't too hard for me. I mean, the old toy room logo kind of sucked, but you know, it did get the job done, and when you saw that old logo, you immediately knew that it was a Toy Story reference. But if you're not good at editing images or anything like that, you can always find different image generators or pay somebody who's good to do that kind of stuff. So that is very simple. Now, as far as what camera you want to use, this is probably the next step that everybody is looking forward to. And I just realized that what I have running in the background is some random cartoon, but it's an ad for YouTube. So the camera, my recommendation, if you're just starting YouTube, do not go out and buy a big fancy expensive camera, even if it's like a $300-400 camera. Honestly, the best camera that you can use if you're just starting YouTube is right here, and that is your cell phone. Cell phones nowadays come equipped with very, very good cameras. Even cell phones from a few years ago have very, very good cameras. When I started on YouTube, I've been on YouTube for about 4 years, and I didn't get a like nice decent camera like the one I'm shooting on right now until just at the end of 2018. So it was like December 2018 going into 2019. So really, I've only had that camera for a year basically. And for the first 4 years that I was on YouTube, or first 3 years I should say, I've been on YouTube 4 years, I want to say now. For the first 3 years, I used nothing but my cell phone, and as you can see, I built up the channel. I got tons of views on different videos just using my cell phone. So having a really good fancy professional camera isn't really a necessity, and especially if you're just trying it out and you're not sure how it's going to go, or if you're not sure if this is something you want to do or whatever, just use your cell phones. They are more than good enough to do what you need to do starting out. Now, once you get a little bit of success, I want to say, not really success, but as you kind of start getting bigger and your channel starts growing, then you can do what I did and invest in a professional camera, which is what I did 3 years after I started YouTube. So that's really the most essential thing, is using your cell phone as a camera, and then you're also going to want to get yourself a tripod. So I got one of these on eBay. They're really not expensive. You can get them for really cheap. It's a tripod, the legs extend and everything like that, and that is for your cell phone. As you can see, it's just like a little cell phone mount or whatever. That is definitely an essential that you need. Your cell phone camera, the tripod, and some decent lighting. You know, I'll show these lights off later, but I got this set of lights on eBay. Again, they were pretty cheap for like 50 bucks. Then the other thing you're gonna need, and this is probably the thing you're gonna want to spend the most money on if you don't have it already, and that is a laptop. And you need something with a decent amount of processing power, something with like an i5, an i7, i9 type of processor in it. I had a really good laptop when I started out. I went out and spent $600 on a laptop, and then a year later that laptop actually died on me. And then after that, because of the amount of money I had available at the time, I had to buy a cheap laptop, and it was like a cheap $300 laptop, and those those days were the struggle, man. So in order to process videos, like my old laptop would do a video in like a few minutes, and that cheap laptop that I bought would take maybe like an hour to 2 hours to process a video and render and everything. So you are going to want to make sure you do have the processing power behind it. Now this right here that I have is the Surface Book 2, I believe, and it's a extremely expensive laptop that I was fortunate enough to win in a contest. If you guys never saw that video, I'll leave that link at the end of the description. But this thing has really improved my channel and helped me get to where I am today. So having something with a good amount of processing power, where you can turn around videos very quickly, I feel is definitely an essential. If you're gonna spend money on anything, definitely do it on a laptop first and foremost, and worry about the camera after, because like I mentioned, having your phone is more than a good enough camera. Now you can buy external mics for your camera, for your phone, if you want to plug into the headphone jack or maybe the Type-C adapter. If you want to, they're relatively cheap on eBay as well. So pretty much for under $500, or maybe right around $500, you can get your YouTube channel started, because you already have a cell phone, so that's not something you need to spend money on because you have it already. You'll need to buy a laptop. It'll probably cost you around $500 or so for a decent laptop with decent processing power. Lighting could cost you anywhere from $50 to $100, but $50 should be more than enough. I got this set, which I'll show off later, and I've showed off in the past. That should be good there. Tripods, maybe like $10 or something like that. And that's really everything you need to get started. Now, some other things that you're going to want to get down the line, maybe once you get a nice looking camera, which actually, let me show you guys the camera that I am using. This is a Panasonic Lumix camera that I'm shooting at. I don't remember the exact model or anything like that, but let me use my phone to actually show you guys the camera that I'm using. Here is the camera that I use, and this is currently what you're seeing me film on right here, as you can see. One thing that is really important for me, and it's going to be important for you if you are behind or in front of the camera, you're going to need a viewfinder. That is going to be a big lifesaver, so you can see yourself, make sure you're in frame, make sure everything's focused and whatnot. But that is the camera that I use right here. Nothing too fancy. This was about $500 or so on Amazon, and it came with a whole bunch of accessories. This was a really good deal for this camera. And then I have this just little portable tripod that I use for when I'm vlogging on the go and stuff right now. So that is what you're going to want to use, and that is it for the camera. And I'll also show off the lights real quick. These are the lights that I use. So as you can see, I've done a whole review on this. So this lighting kit came with 1, 2, and it also came with a different one as well. But you can see nice bright white daytime lights. And that's all I use for my lighting right now, is those. And then obviously the bulb from my fan actually helps as well. But that's it. So the camera and those lighting fixtures right there. And then obviously you're gonna need a tripod for the actual camera. So as you can see there, it's the same exact style of tripod as the one I have for the phone, but it has the little camera mount right there. And then some other additional stuff that you may want. I got a external mic for my laptop, so if I'm doing voiceovers or if I'm actually live streaming, I live stream from my laptop, I use this. It powers in with USB, as you can see right there. And I got this on clearance for like $50. I think it's normally $100 or something like that, but you can pick up an external mic. Not a necessity, but it's something you may want to pick up down the line. And I mean, that's really it. That's all the stuff really that I use. So the main camera that I shoot on here, sometimes I'll use my phone. I have my lighting coming in to get good lighting, and obviously the different types of tripods and my laptop. And that's really all that I use for my YouTube channel. Now I do want to show you guys a little behind the scenes of how I actually film my videos. So I'm going to pick the camera up now, and we're going to straighten that out and flip you guys around and kind of straighten everything out. So if you're going to be reviewing things like I do, this is all I use. I have a table set up right here, and I have one piece of like white, I don't even know what this is called, a foldable, let's see, a foam board. You can see the sticker right there, and it's just something you can get at any store. I got these at Walmart, but I have a flat one here, and I have a trifold one that you would use for like a science fair type of thing. And I just put the base here, I put this here, and that is it. And then obviously I have my lights facing in this direction, and I have I don't know, whatever I'm reviewing in front of me with the tripod going, and then I'm behind the camera. And that is pretty much how I film my videos. Now to show you guys how that actually looks, let me go ahead and get my phone camera. So this is basically how my setup would look if I am filming. I set up my cell phone here on the tripod. I'd be sitting behind in my chair right here. I have my studio lights. I would aim them down a little bit more, just facing the actual product right here. And then to eliminate some of the shadow in the background, I would pull this board just a little bit closer, do something like that. But that's essentially what I would be doing. So I'd sit right here and then get to reviewing the product. So it's very basic, very simple, man. It really doesn't take much if you want to go ahead and do something like this yourself. Just kind of go over the different phases of your channel. So really starting is the absolute hardest part, because you're making videos but nobody's watching the videos because nobody's subscribed to you because you're new. And that's probably the hardest part. You're gonna be making videos for a while and maybe only getting, you know, 15 views on a video, or maybe even 10 views on a video. And you know, it really sucks because you'll put in the time and the effort and all that hard work, and nobody's seeing the videos. But eventually people will find your channel as long as you stay consistent. That is the biggest thing you need to focus on, is just staying consistent, making sure that if this is something you want to do, that you continue to put out the content, because everybody starts the same. Everybody starts at zero. You know, we got this couple cases of a few people making a video and it blowing up and going viral, but pretty much everyone starts at ground zero and works their way up. That's the best advice I can give, is just, if you're gonna do it, just start, stay consistent, and do it. Now, the best way to get subscribers right off the bat is your friends and your family. You can easily get maybe a couple hundred subscribers easily, especially if you're younger and you're in high school or something like that, where you know a ton of people. That's the easiest thing you can do. You start your channel and just ask people to subscribe. Ask your family members, ask your friends, post it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever. And before you even make a video, just by telling people to subscribe to your channel, you may have a couple hundred subscribers right off the bat just from your friends and family alone. Now, I'll be honest with you, a lot of people really don't care and aren't gonna subscribe. As far as like your friends or whatever, you could post it on Facebook. People probably aren't really gonna pay attention, but I don't know, I probably had like 50, 60, 70, 80 maybe, somewhere around there. I had maybe almost 100 subscribers just off of friends and family alone when I started. So that is another tip. If you do need subscribers and you want subscribers, reach out to your friends and family. That way, you know, at least you have the subscribers, and then as you continue to make videos, then you'll get obviously the random people that find your videos on YouTube and whatnot coming in as well. And I think that's pretty much it, man. That's kind of the basis of how I make my videos and what I need. You know, I started out making my videos with nothing but, you know, the cardboard background, my phone on a tripod, and the studio lights, and now I do the exact same thing, except I use the professional camera, and that's really all you need. It's really simple. It's really not that hard. You can probably do everything, not counting the laptop, maybe like $100 to $200 worth of equipment, you know, with the tripods and the background and the poster boards and the lights and all that. And then when you factor in the laptop, that may run you about another $500-600 on itself. But you know, that's pretty much it. I feel like I covered everything. If I didn't, or if you have any other questions, definitely let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them the best that I can. This was something a little bit different, not normally what I do, but I figure, you know, a lot of you guys maybe wanting to start your own channels and just weren't really sure how, or didn't really know exactly what equipment to buy and what to have, and I'm sure a lot of you are home quarantined right now and have absolutely nothing to do, and maybe you want to give it a shot to do it yourself, man. And definitely go ahead and do it. Go out, be confident in front of the camera, pretend the camera's not even there, and just talk how you normally would to other people in person. And you know, I think you'll do fine. You don't need much to get started, man. So that's pretty much it for this video. Again, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. That link's in the description down below. And I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. So as always, guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.